Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. We can't find out, so don't tell anyone for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1.
The last note said 6, but that one said 1.
That one said 1 a.m. Time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is when Taka died, though. So, if they said meet me at 6 for both of them...
Is that right?
Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
So...
Part of it had been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. That was the bottom right corner, and whoever murdered Taka was then put it in Hifumi's pants? Maybe?
Okay.
Think carefully. Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? No idea.
So then...
If it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it, what if it was something more important? How would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. No Hifumi has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey.
And while we're at it, I should tell you another thing. 2 victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
You don't have to think about them at all. I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. Book may play a role, I don't think I understand, but if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind.
Handbooks.
E-handbook has been added to the truth section. And we're in a trial.
We ran out of time.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school.
The trial.
See you soon!
This is where things get interesting.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. You're right.
Shall we go?
We better get going. No more investigations.
So by the fact that she was helping us, I really don't think she was involved in the murder.
Right. Look how empty this room is now compared to earlier.
It is very empty compared to earlier. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered at the red door. As soon as we were all there, to Monokuma.
Appears!
Hello, hello, hello.
He's multiplied.
Wrong!
Not multiplication, it just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
I'm not playing along. Oh, come on. I'm not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey! Hey!
And if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train elevator.
The pain train.
I'll see you guys down there.
The coal train.
Let's go.
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? No, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit. Oh, we found him.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
Let's get down there first, then the story can really begin.
Vroom.
I just like quiet.
And then it slowly goes down.
Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the 2 that lost their lives.
We have a trial.
The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed the 2 of our friends. The killer is
Someone right here. And the killer is one of you guys.
Wasn't me.
Him.
I was
Oh,
dead at the time. So, looking at our list of culprits. Here. Byakuya, for once, I do not believe had anything to do with
He
it.
was pretty silent during the entire freaking event.
Meanwhile, these two, I don't think so. Although Sakura, sadly, is kind of suspicious because I think she's the only one who could have lifted Hifumi up those stairs. There's no one else here who has that kind of strength.
Right.
Wait, what's that noise? It's Chihiro's face in a locker.
Oh yeah, also, talking about that, whatever did happen to the laptop, we kind of forgot about it because of murders.
I didn't forget about it, but I don't think it's related. I think Kyoko has it, even though she's the one who pointed it out. Because, like I said, I'm still not completely convinced she's not the spy. I think she still might be. But anyway.
In any case,
Sakura, possibly. I don't want to say she is. I don't think she murdered them.
Hiro is an obvious suspect because the game said he's an obvious suspect.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't think it's him. He was way too obvious.
And also, he had...
Genocide Jill, although she has one very specific way she kills people, and she does have, in fact, have an alibi.
She was with Byakuya on this one.
She was with Byakuya, so it's not very convincing that she would be it. However, she did make it very clear she wouldn't have been so obvious.
So I don't think she's involved at all.
Kyoko,
Was gone for the entire thing.
exactly. She was almost as gone as Hiro was.
So,
In fact, she was as gone as Hiro was.
yeah, they came back at the same time. So, right, while you think she's suspicious, you don't think she's
I don't
a part
think
of
she
this
is
murder?
yet. I think we're gonna get further on because she helped us clear Hiro's name. If she wanted to escape with her being the murderer, then she would have very much have
Just left it like
just
it was.
left it lay. She might have investigated a little bit to kind of like clear the fact that she didn't investigate at all. But
she wouldn't have gone out of her way.
She wouldn't have gone out of her way to pull out the notes to clear his name.
Who else was left?
Celeste.
Celeste.
And Celeste,
Was
unfortunately, although she was attacked,
She was beaten up.
I think she's the culprit.
She was punched with a mallet. Also, even though we went over everyone, I don't think we talked to anyone during that bit.
Oh, we didn't know.
Oh well. They all probably said variations of, oh, I'm
let's
not ready.
just get this ready. Yeah. Closed on their own, the steel box began to move.
We might have talked to people, I don't remember.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, look how empty this elevator is.
Yeah, it is very empty. Company, as we fell further and further down, there was no going back. So we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere.
Where's Kyoko in the elevator? I didn't even see her.
She was in the bottom right, I think. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. It's the same amount of time every time, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. School life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? You really hate me so much, but I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial.
Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. Never be like, stay tuned for the next action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your
Me, on
side
the other
seats.
hand, stay tuned for this.
Yeah, me on the other hand, stay tuned. See you in the next episode, maybe. Deadly Judgment, Deadly Deception, yada yada.
Deadly riddle,
Defense,
a deadly
Faith.
defense, a deadly faith,
Class
a deadly
trial.
class trial.
Yes, I do want to say. Court preparation, opening handbook.
Free trial.
So we have file number 3, which basically said, yo, they were smacked with a similar weapon.
They were smacked in the head, dead. Blue tarp.
Blue tarp.
Blood.
Apparently used to move Kiyotaka
Kiyotaka.
in order to avoid leaving any blood stains.
Kiyotaka.
Dolly moved another corpse.
This specific dolly had no handles.
Fumi's glasses were cleaned.
For whatever reason.
Spotless hammer.
The repository
Locked
door could
one
only be
way
locked
from the inside.
Equipment room bloodstain shows the wheels.
Cleaning cloth. They went to the bathroom and then Hifumi's body disappeared.
Meet in the dining hall. That's his handwriting, according to him.
Yeah, according to him, this is Hiro's handwriting, but if we assume that this is his handwriting, then the blueprints are not his.
Which also lends to the fact that he's been framed.
Exactly.
Because if he's been locked in a locker the entire time, people could have been in and out of his room.
Exactly. Hence, that handwriting is not the same, therefore.
Have the arms been like this?
No one could fit in that costume other than Hiro. He said he received a mysterious note and then passed out and woke up in a locker. Broken wristwatch at 6 a.m.
6 a.m., the same time that the note says.
Scrap of paper.
That was found in
Taka's hand.
Note
That's
found in
the remaining
Hifumo's
part of
pants.
Hifumi's. And notice how it said the note Hifumi had. It didn't say it was Hifumi's note. It's the note that he happened to have.
Right.
And then e-handbook, which
each student has their own.
I don't see how in the world this could at all come to play during this trial.
It's a good thing to keep in mind, anyways.
I mean, yeah.
Don't forget about the e-handbooks.
You gotta always remember the e-handbooks.
And that's all the evidence we have. Believed that no handbooks were involved in carrying out the murders this time, unless the handbook carried Hifumi.
Alright, presents. Nothing else there.
Set skills? We have a couple more skills to look at.
I don't think we actually have any new skills.
Yeah, we do. Not neutral liberation. Focus
Neural
gauge
liberation.
decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time.
Effective during non-stop debate, Hangman's Gambit, and bullet time battle.
Cool.
Okay, that's it.
Wait, no, that's not it. Okay, that might have been it, actually.
Yep.
Okay.
We didn't get the one off of, well, I mean, we got Algorithm off of Chihiro, but we haven't got one off of, Hina yet. And if Chihiro had any other ones, he died before we could get them. Alright, that's it.
Trial start.
All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Check your murdering note, murderer!
Murderer! But we know it's not him.
Who are you calling a murderer?
Good point, good point.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know.
Is Hiro really a killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear? I mean, yeah, because if he is the killer, then there's no point in making an argument. Okay.
So here we go.
Hopefully I remember the
Everything
controls
we
here.
found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough. that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Okay, so it's one of the things she said.
Compelling evidence. What are three
Everything we
things?
found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof
Blueprints,
enough
maybe?
that you
It
are
would be
the culprit.
blueprints. The same.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
I don't know. This is weird.
Hero,
Don't forget that
why?
you
We can
copied.
also
Why did you
copy,
kill them?
right? But
I don't know what
all the evidence was in your room. Yeah, hold on. All the evidence was in your room, blueprints and everything.
She specifies blueprints, but we already have blueprints as an option.
Exactly.
Everything found in your room, well, the costume wasn't found in his room, he was wearing it, but at the same time, parts of the costume were. What's
Everything we
Yasuhiro's
found in
message?
your room.
That's the one with the,
The blueprints, the suit parts,
To meet
they are
someone?
all proof enough.
Let's try this.
No, it's wrong.
Okay, the blueprints versus his message. Or
count it.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Also,
handwriting's
freely speaking about
obviously
Alter Ego in front of
Wouldn't you
Monokuma.
say?
yeah, that's another good point. Oh, okay.
We didn't think this through very well. He's
At
like,
least
who's-
Makoto didn't.
He's like, who's Alter Ego?
When you compare it to the blueprints,
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think I've tried to change my handwriting anyway.
He does have a valid point. Everyone thinks he's an idiot.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is
Well,
it
he
like
was.
Hero said?
Yeah, it was definitely him.
Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
But he was drugged.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course, he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the
It was
Robo-Justice
him.
suit?
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Exactly.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The dolly and the
Yeah, the dolly and the tarp. To move Taka's body, it would have been the dolly. Where is it? There.
I got
Still one more thing. Okay, so
And
we
the
are going to use both of them.
There's the dolly and the dolly.
The dolly!
a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Okay, so maybe they wrapped his body in the tarp so that it wouldn't drip any blood, and then put the tarp with him in it on the dolly.
Right.
But that doesn't explain how Hifumi made it all the way up to the 3rd floor, unless he still wasn't dead at that point. Because he wasn't dead when we came in there. But I still don't see him stumbling all the way up there in that kind of state, you know?
Right.
But when the body disappeared, so did the doll. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the doll.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
Yes, it would, but we just pointed out that that was very obvious.
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
The bloodstain trail.
There is no
Precisely.
shame in being wrong.
And there was
No one
blood on the
expects
tires of
much
the
from
dolly.
you anyway.
Nobody expects much from you anyways.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around
Only
you.
I've played a crucial part in explaining each of the last 2 class trials that have happened. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change her mind.
I mean, besides, there's only like 3 people who are really adamant during trials, and that's Byakuya, Kirigiri, and you.
Exactly.
Those are the 3 people.
The
who
rest
explain
add
everything.
in things here and there.
But you
of
guys are
their
the
own
only ones who
accounts.
actually cared to do the investigation.
Exactly. The element has been added.
Bullet time battles. Would you
Oh,
like to hear more?
absolutely.
Would you like to know more? Let's talk about
Reloading.
reloading.
Starting with the next bullet time battle, we're going to add 1 more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't been a limit on how you can destroy your opponent's statements, but from now on, just locking on and pressing the triangle won't be enough to handle them. Now it'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the square button. What's even the point of this? As long as you have to press the square button time with the tempo marker. Reload the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. What's the point of... Whenever it goes through that section once, like, if you screw up a statement, then it's gonna start the whole thing over and you lose one of your hearts. But, like...
It's talking about reloading during the rhythm game.
Oh! Are we about to do a rhythm game?
Yeah, that's what the bullet time is. The
Oh,
rhythm
right,
game.
right, okay.
Yeah, now when you're doing the rhythm thing, you also have to worry about reloading.
You can ignore everything I just said.
If you're in gentle mode,
Yeah.
which we're not. We're in the hardest.
We're in the hardest difficulty.
Yes, and I have to reload bullets while doing the rhythm game.
Oh boy.
Honestly,
I can't
forgot-
even remember how to do this
You
game.
had it wrong.
X to target and triangle to shoot. I think square they said to reload.
Will get you nowhere. Do your
Yeah.
worst.
So you gotta make sure you have enough bullets to take care of
You
things.
miserable wretch.
However, if you don't defeat for time, you can shoot as much as you want without bullets mattering.
Do your worst.
I don't recall what button goes in the...
Wrong.
But whatever it is, use it now.
Oh!
Get him.
Will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
X and triangle, all the way.
I forgot the controls.
You went into fever time somehow, so just deal with
Cannot
it.
agree. You are a fool.
You're about to run out of fever time.
You miserable
She still has a lot of negative.
You had it wrong.
Oh jeez.
Cannot agree.
Final strike.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Yeah!
If If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
Danganronpa.